everybody, it's me again. I decided that I'm going to do a tutorial-ish slash experiment, more experiment than tutorial, on liquid soap making. I'm going to make a shampoo. I've been trying to do a shampoo for a while now with not so much luck. So I'm going to try again. Before I was trying to formulate my own recipe. Now I'm going to just do a recipe from this book. So I'm completely unorganized when doing this video. So yeah, it's going to be very edited, I guess, or I'm going to edit it. So speaking of which, I've already forgotten something. So I'm going to go grab that. I'll be right back. Give me a minute. Sorry about that, guys. So I thought I'd show you something. This is an experiment that I did last night. I had some soap paste that I needed to dilute. So I thought I would try, I normally thicken my soap paste by cooking it down and adding borax. Cooking out the water, I should say, and adding borax. But I know you can also use xanthan gum, so I thought I would try that. So I did separate out some of my soap batter and try the xanthan gum. And as you can see, it's very cloudy, but it's nice and thick. And this is in tea leaf and papaya. And I used the brambleberry lab colors, which I was able to get at New Directions Aromatics here in Toronto, or Mississauga rather. And it really did thicken it, but I don't like how cloudy it is, and it clumped up, and maybe I did it wrong, but according to the book, I tried it that way and it didn't work for me. Here is the, excuse me, here is the same exact batter, exact same soap paste, and it is absolutely crystal clear. You can see my pot through it. Now, with that being said, this also is the exact same base, but it's cloudy, and this I suspect is because of the fragrance oil, because immediately it went cloudy. So guys, it's very difficult to get a crystal clear soap. And it could be because of the ingredients that you're using, it could be because of the fragrance oils, it could be so many factors. It is not easy to get a crystal clear soap. I'm very proud that this came out crystal clear. A little disappointed that this didn't. But either way, it's still usable soap. I'm going to try experimenting. When this finishes sequestering, I'm going to try and experiment with sugar solution, which I understand helps to change the clarity. There's already glycerin in here, and I don't want to use alcohol, to be honest, but I'm going to try the sugar solution and see if I can get the clarity a bit better, because I'm loving this. This is not bad, but oh well. And this is not bad either. Like, it's all, like, the feeling of the soap all is great, it's just the clarity. Depends on what you like, guys, but those are the three. All from the exact same soap paste base. Alright, anyways, I'm going to show you how to do the soap paste now. Well, I'm going to experiment with the recipe in a soap paste now. Give me a moment, I'll be back. Okay guys, so I'm using a recipe out of the book, and I'm going to half the recipe because I'm not going to use that. I want to quarter it, but the numbers are too awkward for me to quarter it, and I only have the recipe in ounces. Otherwise, if I had it in grams, it would be easy. So I need 12 ounces of coconut oil. I'm coming back. Like I said, I had nothing ready. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here. Did I turn on my thing? Sorry, I didn't turn on my crock pot here. So actually I'm going to start with the lanolin because that will probably take longer to melt, and that is 1 ounce of lanolin. Now this automatically, because it's a wax, is not going to allow me to have a clear shampoo, and I'm okay with that because I have such dry, itchy scalp. I don't care what this shampoo looks like as long as my scalp is not dry and flaky and itchy. So this recipe is supposed to be for that. Oh, that was hard to open. Okay, so I'm measuring out 1 ounce of this stuff. Something was on my spatula, sorry. Oh, look at that. That was exactly 1 ounce. Okay. So when you're making liquid soap, you start by melting your oils first. Don't come off the spatula. Ooh, sticky. So you melt your oils first, and then you mix up your potassium solution. And you do that because potassium solution heats up super quickly, but then it cools down just as quickly. And you need to measure your oils. Oh, this is really sticky. Your oils, I might need another spatula, to be at 160 degrees, and your potassium solution to be at 140 degrees. Well, at least I measure my temperatures when I'm doing liquid soap. Not so much anymore with my cold process, but I found if you don't, you won't have a proper cook. Okay. Sorry guys, this stuff is sticky. Okay, and now back to what I was saying. I need 12 ounces of coconut oil, and because it's like 30 degrees out, my coconut oil is still solid because I'm in the basement, but it's nice and soft. I said 12, right? Excuse me. 10.6, 11.7, 12. All right. Not really a big fan of how lanolin smells, but whatever. Still a little bit left in here. Sorry, mumbling to myself like I normally do. So that's it for my hard oils. Now it calls for 5.5 ounces of castor oil, and the castor oil is going to maintain the clarity. Well, maybe not so much in this case with the lanolin, but it will help with the clarity, and it will give it the bubble factor that we all know. So I'm just grab my castor oil. Okay, so I said 5.5 ounces of castor oil. I don't know if you guys can even see what I'm doing, but I'm measuring on the opposite side of my crock pot because my crock pot can't go any further. Oops, a little bit too much. And you have to measure accurately with just the same as with cold process soap, because excess fats will lead to milkiness and cloudiness in your soaps. So you have to measure accurately. Super fatting happens in the dilution phase. And I learned a cool trick for doing that, actually. Well, not learned a cool trick. I saw someone else do it and I tried it, and that helps keep the clarity of your soap clearly. Until you use certain fragrance oils. Now what I'm realizing, and this could be just, I don't know, florals seem to make your soaps cloudy, and soaps that have vanillin content, because I made a hot chocolate one for one of my clients, just to gift her as a gift for being such a good client, and that instantly, it's already sequestering, but it's already like separating, I guess, but it's went cloudy, and the florals went cloudy. Those examples I showed you were florals, except for the one that I tried with the xanthan gum. That was not a floral. Okay. Now it also calls for 5.5 ounces of soft oil of your choice. So I'm gonna do some olive oil pomace. I'm gonna do that and sweet almond oil. So I think I'm gonna use 2 ounces of the olive oil pomace. I'm making this up as we go along, in case you couldn't tell. Okay. 2 ounces. Then I'm going to use 3.5 ounces of sweet almond oil, which I have in a container underneath the table. I have to unpack it. One sec. Flying by the seat of my pants here, in case you guys couldn't tell. Ooh, I have to show you my cute molds from IKEA. Can you see that? That's a heart-shaped mold. And this is a, oh, you probably can't see, double layered cake mold that I got from IKEA. While I'm trying to get to my sweet almond oil. Since this is open, let me put my extra olive oil can that I bought in here. Okay, so sweet almond oil, I'm going to do 3.5 ounces now. Alright, so okay, that was a mistake. That was rice bran oil. I guess I'll be using rice bran oil. I didn't read the container. So it's 3.5 ounces of rice bran oil and 2 ounces of olive oil pomace that I used. So when you're flying by the whim, you should look at what you're doing. Clearly I didn't. Next time I will use sweet almond oil, because sweet almond oil is supposed to be good and healthy for your hair. So if my sweet almond oil isn't here, I don't know where it is then, because it used to be in here. Okay. There we go. So that's my olive oil and sweet almond oil. Cairo, can you plug in my laptop for me, please? It's gonna die. It's not plugged in over here. Can you bring the cord over here? Okay. Plug it to the computer. It's plugged in, but you need to plug in the computer to the computer. Like, you need to put the other end into the computer. Okay, so I will come back, guys. My laptop battery is dying, And I don't know if you guys can see, this is hot, but my oils need to melt. So I'll come back when they're melted at the right temperature, and I'll show you mixing the potassium to the water. See you guys then. Bye. Hi everybody, I'm back. So my oils have melted and they've reached 160 degrees. I have measured out here 18 ounces of water and 6 ounces of potassium hydroxide. Now this stuff is really, when you pour it, the fumes from it is a lot stronger than that when you pour sodium hydroxide. So what I do is I don't have, or my setup is that I can't really put it under a ventilated stove or anything, so I always turn my head away when I'm mixing it. But the good thing is it heats up quick and cools down quick. So I want this, remember, to be at 140 degrees. So just take your time and add it to the water. You're going to hear it fizzle quite loudly once I get it all in. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's fizzling. Can you hear that? That's the lie. Just turning my head while it dissolves. You want to stir it until it's clear again and completely 100% dissolved. I'll put my thermometer on. Right now it is at 130 and it's still climbing. Excuse me. Cairo, go take up your plate from there. And it's at 140. No, excuse me, 150. So it usually goes up to 150 and then it starts to decline.
Whoa! Giant bug things!
What happened, Kai?
Giant bug things!
What do you mean giant bug thing?
Giant bug!
What are you talking about?
Giant bug!
Get the bug spray.
No, I think I'll keep it.
What is it, a spider?
Like a big ant beetle sort of thing.
It's a beetle.
Or something.
Okay, so this is already dropping and it's almost to 140.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's... So... Yep, it's already at 140. So it heats up really quick, guys, and then it slows down. Or cools down right away. So now I'm going to add it to my oil. Just going to double check the temperature. And I have my crock pot now down to low because I was, to be honest, eating dinner while I was melting my oils. Okay, so it's 150 and it's still climbing. I'm 160 now. Okay. I need to get one of those laser thermometers that you guys all have. Anyway, so I'm going to slowly add my lye. Now it takes a long time for this to get to trace. True trace. So I'm not going to film all of that. And instantaneously it goes milky. I'm just going to see if I can maybe... So that's the potassium, hydroxide, and my oils. Oops, sorry guys. I'm sure there's a way that I can get you to see inside. You're seeing everything now. Okay. So you're going to coat this into a paste. Or blend this. And it's going to get like a very thick and sticky taffy. Especially when there's a lot of coconut oil in. And as you guys could tell, there's quite a bit of coconut oil, but there's also quite a bit of castor oil. So let's see how thick and taffy like it gets. Okay, so I'm going to turn down your volume and I'm going to stick blend. One thing I found with making the liquid soap is it splashes way more than CP soap. I'm just gonna grab the lid. See if I can do this. Protect myself. And you want to give your stick blender a break when you're doing this, because this can take like sometimes 15-20 minutes to get to that taffy like consistency. You're going to keep blending it until so give your stick blender a break so the motor doesn't burn out, and you want to blend it until your stick blender kind of can't really handle the thickness anymore. Show you what the mixture looks like. So it's still quite loose, very, very creamy and milky. Looks kind of like milk, like custard or something, very thin custard. Okay, I'll come back at another stage. I'll be back. Hi everybody, I'm back. No word of a lie. As soon as I shut off the camera, my paste just puffed. Almost puffed right out of the pot. I was lucky enough that it didn't, but this sucker got to that stage faster than I've ever experienced, ever. And I've made several batches of liquid soap. So this is the stage I was referring to. I don't know if you can see, it's like super sticky, thick taffy. I'm getting a lot of arm muscle workout while I try to stir this. It's already getting quite translucent quite quickly. I'm not quite sure why that is. But anyways, that's okay. What I'm going to do, I actually turned off my crock pot because I was like afraid of the excessive heat causing my paste to puff even more than what it was, but it had puffed right out of the pan. Too bad I already turned off the camera, otherwise you would have caught it. Like literally, as soon as I turned off the camera, I don't know if you heard, but I got a text message. It was for an order. And, oh my gosh, this whole thing was puffing before I can even blink my eye. So anyways, this is the thick, taffy, sticky phase I was talking about. Now I don't know if that's because of the vanillin, sorry, that it cooked that quick. And if you can see, it's already looking translucent. But anyways, I know it's nowhere near done cooking. So now we're gonna cook it for oh, my hands are tired. We're gonna cook it for, I believe it's 3 hours. We're going to come back in 20 minutes just to make sure that this hasn't separated the oils and the lye. I don't think it's going to, but we'll come back in 20 minutes, and then it will cook for a total of 3 hours, and then we check the paste for any lye left in the solution. Alright, so I'll see you guys in 20 minutes time. And Cairo, move the guinea pig. Alright, see you guys then. Bye. Hi, it's me again. So it's been 20 minutes and I wanted to show you how quick this paste is actually cooking. It is quite translucent already. It hasn't separated and it has only been 20 minutes. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I have this on... Oops, I had it off actually. I forgot to turn it back on. Anyways, I put it on low just now. So that is the soap stock after 20 minutes. I will come back at the end of the 3 hours and do the phenol, whatever it is, test. I can't remember the name of the thing, to see how neutral it is. I'll see you guys then. Bye. Hi everyone, I'm back. So it's been 3 hours now and I've already taken a peek, but this mixture is cooked down and it's fairly clear. See if I can get a little bit out. You guys can see. It's fairly translucent, so I'm gonna check. Ugh, sticky. Turn this off. I'm going to check for neutrality. So I'm just going to, check for excess lye, or check for lye right now. I'm just going to take out an ounce. See if I can get an ounce of this. So I'm just testing for clarity. What you do is you take an ounce of soap solution, that's an ounce, and you put it in 2 ounces of boiling water and let it dissolve, which I already have it set aside here. So let's see if I can do this. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see. Can you see that? Okay, so I have my ounce of soap paste in there. I have my phenol, whatever, I can't say it, and test for pinkness. Now it does show that it's still pink. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I think I'm going to cook it a little bit longer. That's the case, until it cooks out. So I will leave it for another 20 minutes. Or 15 minutes. I'll come back in 15 minutes and check it, okay? But right now it's still pink, okay? Although there is a point where you will neutralize this, and that is generally at the dilute phase. Okay, so I'll be back. Hi everyone, I'm back. I made a mistake earlier. I completely forgot about this. I don't need to check for lye in the soap because it is going to be heavily lye concentrated right now. I'm more supposed to check for the clarity because you're going to neutralize the soap later. So let me go back and put my 1 ounce of soap paste in, which is that. See, to that I've added the 2 ounces of water and I'm just kind of trying to dissolve it. And my water is cooling down, so it might take a minute. It's a little bit pink because I left the phenol, whatever the P word is, in the same container. But if you can see, it's clear. It's not too cloudy. Just pink from the phenol, whatever it is. Okay, so I'll come back when that has, oops, strand in my hair, as that has dissolved. Okay, see you guys. Probably take a while because I find it takes a while for the soap to dissolve just like this, but it's dissolving clear, so I think it's done. I've turned off my pot and I'm gonna leave it. Sorry, I've turned off my pot and I'm going to leave it because it's getting late and I have to work in the morning. So tomorrow when I come home from work, I will show you diluting the paste. Now this recipe should have made approximately 3 pounds of soap paste, which is more than I need, but we'll see. I'm trying to research a bit more on recipes for dandruff and dry scalp, and I know that tea tree oil, rosemary, clary sage, and lavender are all, as well as lemon, are all good for that. I'm not a particular fan of the patchouli or the clary sage. I love the lemon. And the rosemary is fine. Lavender is okay too, I did make a lemon lavender soap for the craft fair, and I love how that smells. Tea tree I can manage. Tea tree doesn't bother me that bad. So I'm gonna sit there and kind of figure out between tonight and tomorrow when I come to dilute and fragrance this, what amounts I'm going to use of each. There's one I wish I had. I can't remember which essential oil it was, but it also helps promote hair growth. Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I've been doing some research on it. This is actually, if you guys can see, if that red band wasn't there, if you look at the bottom of the jar, it's very clear. I have about this much of the 1 ounce left to dissolve, but to my surprise, this is a lot clearer than I anticipated it would be, considering there is lanolin in here. So I will be saving this for to add to my diluted soap tomorrow, and I'm going to make the shampoo in a gel manner, so it's not too runny, because I like the thickness of the gels versus the plain liquid soap, and I'll go over that tomorrow. So this will be a 2-part video, but it is dissolving quite nicely. So I hope you all are doing well, and I'll see